So Nick is an athlete slash gym owner who owns Power and Revive here in Bali. He also owned Odyssey Movement, which sort of went through rebranding. And yeah, I'll let you take it over and tell us a little bit more about your journey, how you've come to own a gym, and what got you into fitness.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. So yeah, nice. Is everybody here Bali based, or is everyone kind of all over the world, or where is everyone located?
Sort of all over the world. And this will also be recorded
Cool.
for onto the unit platform for our community.
Amazing.
Just sort of all over as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So we got Vanessa, Brett, who else is that at the bottom there? Yeah, cool. But yeah, awesome. All right, so yeah, guys, so I'm Nick Thorogood. I'm originally from the UK. I spent a lot of time in Australia for about 6 years, which is why I've got this strange hybrid accent somewhere between English, New Zealand, like, you know, all the mixes. But I've been in Bali now for about 4 years. Yeah, so I started my journey through kind of fitness with I was a professional athlete, so I used to play football or soccer depending on where you're from, but the game with the round ball. So I kind of left school into a footballing apprenticeship for about 2 years, and yeah, so I did that for a couple of years until I was 18, and realized that I really actually didn't like the community of professional football. And
oh, we lost Nick. What happened?
hang on, let me just check I've got
there you are.
best Wi-Fi. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, I went from kind of wanting always to be in professional football to not realizing that I didn't really love that. So I became a personal trainer and fitness instructor, which has kind of led me to a lot of experiences all over the world. So I started in the UK, moved out to Turkey for a while, and taught there, which was pretty cool. If anyone's ever been to Turkey, it's a pretty beautiful country. So I got to do that as a kind of 20-year-old, and that sparked my passion for travel and for that kind of fitness. I was leading a fitness program on a health and fitness resort. And then I realized I was like, look, I don't want to be in England. I moved back from there, realized I didn't want to be in England. So I moved out to Australia, and that's where it all kind of began for me. That was about 2012 that I started traveling. So I've been away from there for about 10 years. So I've kind of become accustomed to not really, you know, associating with England as being my home, and you know, realizing that it's so global, and obviously the impact of social media and its growth over the last 10 years has been profound. It's been pretty epic. You know, you're obviously seeing it from just keeping in touch with people on Facebook to moving into Instagram to, you know, your Twitters, and then there's all those sorts of platforms, and then WhatsApp grew into what it is now. But yeah, so lived in Australia up until about 4 years ago, and I was leading fitness studios and working in that boutique fitness arena for a long time. I was an ambassador with Lululemon, which for me, that is one of the leaders of kind of that organic marketing and that social currency, that social awareness of a brand, without actually putting money into major campaigns, especially in Australia. So what they would do was it was awesome. I don't know if anyone's had experience around Lululemon and worn their clothes and stuff like that. You're familiar with that stuff, Jenna?
Yeah. I love the brand. It's great. They have the comfiest leggings.
Yeah, exactly. And their ethos is about quality. It's about investing in people. So their ambassador program, for example, what they do, and it's kind of it's interesting when you get into it, because you get associated with the brand via a studio that you're working on. They make you an ambassador, and you're, rather than picking like like Cristiano Ronaldo or Roger Federer or someone like that to promote their clothing, they'll pick someone that's like a community influencer and someone that's part of a community that has a real reach. And they put you in their clothes. They give you $1,000 a quarter of credit to spend on their clothes. And the way that they kind of grow everything is by you wearing their brand and being them and embodying what they're doing. So when you're going through the process of them thinking about you being an ambassador, they have like a little league where they every social interaction that you have with them, they're kind of like, yeah, check. Okay, yeah, he's really personable. Oh yeah, check. All right. Oh, whatever the different criteria are. So it was really interesting to see that. And it was awesome to see that brand and how that grows. And that kind of, they're a market leader in that athleisure wear that's really grown into helping boutique studios. And I guess, yeah, so I was there in Australia doing that and running a fitness studio. And then unfortunately, my visa and citizenship wasn't accepted to carry on there. So I was like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And I had a friend that was living here in Bali. And I was like, what do you recommend I do if I come to Bali for a couple of months? Like everyone kind of does at some stage. You kind of go, oh, yeah, Bali looks cool. And this person, she ended up being my business partner. So she just said, come to Canggu. And eventually we ended up setting up a fitness and yoga brand. She had also been working with Lululemon. She had those similar ideas. And ClassPass was another platform, which I don't know if anyone's familiar with ClassPass. Do you know that brand, Jenna? It's basically an app that you join this app, you download an app, you pay a subscription, and ClassPass has affiliations with all the major studios around a certain city. And if you're living in London or LA or somewhere, generally the classes and memberships are super expensive. And what they do is they kind of say, right, if you will give us 4 spots per class for us to sell to our members, you can pick up, go into all these fancy boutique yoga studios and fitness studios and infrared saunas and stuff for your membership. Say it's $100 a month, for example. So we had that experience here. Super cool. They opened it here in Bali. Actually, they've got it in Indonesia. Like Jakarta is the main market, but they opened it here in Bali as well.
Great concept.
But yeah, so those guys are a very, very strong at building community and trying to leverage that kind of social currency. They use that ambassador program as well. Again, grassroots people that are, influential in their community, give them a membership to go to all the studios and try them for free, all that kind of stuff. And they will leverage that to expand their network and expand their members, which is, it's epic. So yeah, ended up here in Bali, opened a fitness and yoga studio called Odyssey Movement with my former business partner. And like a lot of businesses, it's quite difficult to balance that delicate kind of energy that goes on with that, especially with something like fitness and yoga. And yeah, so I just seen that Vanessa's used ClassPass, so yeah, you're familiar with it. But yeah, so that ended up, we ended up parting ways from our partnership, which led me to opening this Power and Revive. So I'm here now. We've just been running a bit of a charity day to raise some money for the Bali Street Mums, which is a really cool foundation here. But yeah, so Power and Revive is my kind of brainchild, where I was looking at the fact that I appreciate fitness and the power is about fitness and strength, boxing, high intensity, that stuff. But then also the revive part is more of a flexibility, mobility, myofascial release, and recovery. So having those things work side by side in a scientific way is the direction that I wanted that to go. So we kind of, we renovated and we've got a business. Yeah. Pardon?
Super interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, I guess the social aspect and social media and the way that we drive everything that we do with Power and Revive is based around who we have got here. So who can we leverage that's part of our community? Who is going to be proud to be part of this community. So, something similar that's going to happen with you, and you see in the crypto space and the tokenization space, people are super proud groups and stuff like that. And everybody, if they've bought into something, they want to back it. Hang on, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, everyone will take that ownership and they want to share it. And the more that you can use those people who are your like raving fans, the people that believe in you, to encourage other people, feels like it means a lot more when it comes from them. And it's, it's so true. You can have marketing that goes, you can put out fancy campaigns, you can do all sorts of things where you're like, come here, it's the best, or buy this token, it's the best, or get involved in this investment, or do this, it's amazing. And someone goes, well, you would say that because it's yours. So using that social currency to say to someone, essentially, like, you convince your friends to come in and do this. And this is something we do a lot, is we say, you bring your friends here. And if you bring your friends here, they're going to get rewarded for you bringing them here. And you're also going to get rewarded. And that leverage of saying, things like, on a Saturday when a class generally wouldn't be as busy, we'll say to our members, you can bring your friends, you bring them along, and they can do it for free. And you guys can do a class together. You build that experience, you have that fun together. You post a little picture. We put a little neon sign up here. Everyone's these ones, and yeah, it's the Instagram wall, and it's that kind of stuff that gives people that social currency. If you can build that kind of brand that somebody is so excited to share because it looks cool and because it feels good for them and because they start seeing changes, that is the strongest message that you can send. And that's basics. I know you guys probably know that whole Instagram wall, make it shareable. But yeah, a major strategy and a major marketing strategy that we use is to use the generated content, use what people have posted, make them feel good about the fact that you're going, hey, I saw that you posted that, I loved it, we're going to reshare it to people because we're proud of you. And yeah, that's kind of one of our main strategies as far as social media is concerned. If we are filming content, I'm not interested in having the coolest, buffest. Sorry, what was that? Did you lose me again?
Oh, the connection sort of.
So hang on, let me try something else. There we go. Cool. Is that back?
Yep, it's working.
Yep. Okay, cool. So that social currency that we try and employ is, if we're shooting a campaign and we're filming a bunch of people doing fitness, do you want to see someone that's obviously super buff and all shiny and pristine and being paid to be there? Or is it better if you've got people that are, aspirational in their way, but still real life, and so that you could imagine yourself in their place? And that's something that we'll always do. We'll invite our members to do our content days. And that way, if our members have this cool video where we've got a videographer shooting them doing, like dead ball slams or boxing or whatever it is, they're going to go and share it themselves. If they've got the buy-in for themselves, they're like, hey, look at me doing this cool thing in this video, and come and try it with me. Again, that social currency of them being able to say, I can get you this thing, or I can, I'm already doing this, you should come and do it with me, is way stronger than me putting out a random sponsored ad, especially in Canggu. Obviously, it's different across global markets in certain places, but building little pockets of communities goes, a lot further than a corporate approach of, you know, like big campaigns and I guess like those kind of shiny advertising and marketing budgets that, you know, that you don't necessarily always need.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And I feel like, you know, it touches on the whole hotspot of the place you want to be seen at. You know, it's like a certain bar or a certain restaurant will want to become the cool kids hotspot where you'll then want to be seen, and that sort of plays into the whole, like, and even in my particular case with the cafes, each meal was very photogenic, so everyone would naturally want to take a picture of their meal, share it with their audience to show how cool does my food look. And in turn it's free marketing because it's advertising the place. And I feel like
exactly.
Yeah. So what social media platform are you most present on for Power and Revive?
So Instagram is what we generally use still here, because I feel that is the most, you know, the most common, the most used. People go to that almost like their Google now, as you obviously, a lot of you would know. Like that's where people go, all right, like I'm going to find a menu. If they're going to a restaurant, so they'll probably go, okay, organic cafe, like, you know, cafe organic, sorry, they're going to go, all right, where can I get a menu? Oh, that food looks good. Awesome. Okay. Oh, so-and-so's been there. This person follows them, or this person likes that. And it's, you know, it makes a big difference. They'll come to us, they'll see our schedule, they'll see our trainers, who's training. Every time we post a schedule, we post the trainer who's teaching in order for them to share that post so people know that they're teaching. So those little parts make up for that as well. So Instagram, I would say, is probably like the most prevalent that we use. I've looked into TikTok, and I think for our demographic currently, it's not going to generate as much, but it's probably worth us, you know, sharing some content into that platform or that medium. But for this moment, that won't be our focus. Obviously, the Google business side of things is a big thing as well. It's obviously not the same as like a social platform, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, people leave reviews. Those reviews are then powerful for you to, you know, to retarget and to you know, to build an audience and to build a reach. It's a little bit harder here in Bali, in Indonesia. It's a little bit harder just to get yourself verified and get the postcard that says that you are who you say you are, or that kind of stuff. But
I can feel you there. Or even with a TripAdvisor sticker, same deal. But super interesting. Do you have a YouTube channel perhaps for Power and Revive, where have you considered posting little videos of workouts, different types of workouts for people to follow, or have like a YouTube channel?
Yeah. So funny you say that. We've just started a strategy on that this week. Just starting to build some content, and that was mainly driven by the fact that rainy season is upon us here, and it's raining most days. And for people to be able to get the workout that they love and with the trainers that they love, but do it from home, is going to be a major damage control, in the sense of, you know, to stop people from just canceling their membership because they, you know, it's raining and they, you know, they want to come. We can keep them involved and run a virtual platform. We, you know, sell them some at-home workout gear. They can get a resistance band, a booty band, maybe a set of dumbbells or whatever, and they can continue to work out at home with us. Which, it's just about, you know, keeping people familiar with your platform and I guess adding a bit of extra value for things that we already do anyway.
Growing the brand name, the brand value. In fact, it could even also expand onto creating your own app. I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's this new platform that's a subscription based, and instead of creating an app and paying for the development, we all know an app is quite costly to create. This is a monthly subscription that you can have, and you can customize it the way you want, and then you can post your videos on there. So on YouTube, you could have, say, the first 5 minutes of the workout But then if your viewers want the full workout or they want access to the full thing, they have to get onto your app and purchase the subscription.
Yeah.
That way it's like a teaser on YouTube. They get to see a little bit of the workout, they get hooked, they want to do it, they want to finish their workout, or they love the sequence. Like a lot of influencers on YouTube create within their YouTube channel, which is called the studio. They have a YouTube channel, within a channel, where they then post different types of workouts, you know. So you've got Pilates month, and they're all sort of Pilates geared exercises, and then you have yoga month or a HIIT month, and you've got high intensity interval training. And then in their case, they sometimes post the whole thing, but I know a lot of influencers that have their own app or their website where they can then post the full video and only have a snippet on the YouTube. So that's something that you can explore as well. And back to TikTok, funnily enough, well, I mean, it is a social forum, but TikTok came up quite a lot as the second runner up to Instagram. Obviously, Instagram has the throne in the social media world, and in fact, it was purchased by Facebook, who previously had the throne, and they saw the competition that Instagram presented, and they quickly jumped on it and purchased it, which was a wise move on their behalf. And in fact, so Facebook did, and then Instagram, and now TikTok is sort of becoming the new app for organic reach, because you can grow a lot more rapidly and a lot bigger. You can gain a bigger audience very fast. Organically, without any paid ads, because of the algorithms. And so it's a good way of like just putting yourself out there, and sort of perhaps even from that platform advertising then your YouTube, and then from there redirecting them to the app, and sort of leading the customers like that through a funnel.
And that's I noticed, like when we signed up for the account, they allow you to like put those links like embedded in your profile, right? They say like put your Instagram profile here, put your Facebook here, which, you know, is obviously going to help to flow into that, having that, you know, all that reach, and just adjusting your content for that.
Yeah, which not all the platforms actually do. That's a really good point. And in fact, it's a really good way of cross collaborating in a way, because social media now is very much about that sort of, you know, with Instagram, you can share directly to Facebook. Now, when you post on Instagram, you can collaborate or partner up with another brand or individual and post simultaneously the same content and have each other tagged in the title, like all of these new collaborative sort of features. And I feel like Instagram and social media in general is very much about the instant and about the moment, and it's very much about the visuals. And now I feel like it's progressing onto more video / collaborative, very much those two spaces. So do you feel that social media has benefited you or impacted your business, and if so, in what ways?
100%. It's you know, the global fitness market is absolutely, you know, it's gone through a boom since the pandemic. It's one of the markets that has continually grown. The virtual fitness market is, you know, we're seeing different things, like there's the Peloton bikes, which went through a huge spike with their stocks going up infinitely with Peloton bikes. So like you have like the video, and you cycle and you can compete against people, the gamification of that. But what I found is that people are so proud to share their fitness stuff. There's so much content of people that work out, that want to work out, and there are people that specifically look for that. They're like, all right, I want to learn how to do boxing. How can I do that? And you can post a video that shows people, even like showing them how to wrap their hands for boxing.
Absolutely.
Very simple stuff where someone will go, I don't know how to do that. And you could create someone on YouTube that has a link to wherever you want them to go, put them to your Instagram, post it on your Instagram, IGTV, the platforms that they have available for people to save things and build your organic reach and algorithm. But things like that, definitely impacted us. And being a like a destination, obviously like Bali, I feel that that's only going to help the barley community to grow as well. So if more people are looking upon barley as being somewhere you can go, you get healthy food. You can go to Cafe Organic and get beautiful, healthy, organic, vegan food that you enjoy. You can go and work out at these cool studios that are, that have been born from such a multinational and international community. That really helps, obviously, with people, having more eyes on this space. And the better that we present ourselves online, the more chance you've got of bringing people in. It ties back to that social currency. People looking at it and really feeling like they want to go. If you put your effort and you put some money behind just smartly investing, not necessarily Facebook ads, but put the money into the quality of the content that you've got, and then really think about the call to action. Think about what you're trying to gain and achieve from it. Honestly, for us here, it's just been massive. It's been so big for us.
That's amazing. Super inspiring. I have one last question. Are you familiar with tokenization?
Funnily enough, it's something that seems like the phrase seems to be like branded around a lot. I'm starting to get a little bit more of an idea, but I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what it is. So I'd love if you would explain it for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Tokenization is basically the process of creating a token for, a brand or a company, an industry, an individual. So in your case, you could have the Nick Thorogood token or the Power and Revive token. Mm-hmm. And a parallel metaphor to that would be, say if Power and Revive it's a company and going public for people to purchase shares of the company. So in the event that you would have a token, they would buy the Power and Revive token, and they would similarly as owning shares, except they're not actually touching on the profit and loss reports or the actual income of the company. They're touching on the value of the token as it gains value. So what they're gaining from it is the profit difference from the value of the token. Say it's at $1 and then it goes to $2. It went up $1. They've made $1. So with Unit, we actually are aiming at tokenizing. We're working on tokenizing industries, cities, but also helping people create their own tokens. So we make it really seamless, just as easy as creating an Instagram account, really. And it's a way of like creating equal opportunity for everyone, because you're then able to, with the funds that you receive from people purchasing your token, you can use them, to build a bigger and better gym, or for any operationals you need. And in turn, the people who believe it's a way of like helping so I believe in Power and Revive. I love what you're doing. I want to support you. I can buy your token. Mm-hmm. So it's a great way of like giving people an opportunity to support one another, and also for you to grow, or to even have an opportunity to start a project of your own. So would that be like, is it like the process of a launch pad in that sense? Is it like the launch pad to getting the token to like an IDO or something like that? Is that the process and the roadmap for Unit to take businesses that way? No, with Unit, we want to replace sort of the traditional banking system that's sort of flawed with printing paper that isn't backed by value, by creating a new economy where everything would be tokenized. And so individuals and industries would have their own tokens. And we have the health token, and I would say that fitness goes under the health industry. And so all of the exchanges, the financial exchanges, would occur within tokens and tokenization. So it's not a launchpad. It's actually it's a platform where you can actually create your own token, and then it can be on any exchange. Something to think about, and perhaps have the Power and Revive token soon. But thank you so much, Nick. We're reaching an end, and I have to leave room for the next speaker. But it was really insightful. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us, and your tips on social media and on marketing. It's really interesting.
Welcome. All right, guys.
Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
so
Enjoy
much.
your
Thanks for
day.
listening.